let's go to the learning objective. So, what will we achieve at the end of this session? Of course, it's about the critical thinking. People talk a lot about decision making, critical thinking. Actually, what's that? So, at the end of this session, we will understand about how to make a good decision with your critical thinking skills. And also, we will enhance your problem solving skill because in the future, when you are going to not only in your professional life but also in your personal life, you will encounter a lot of problems. So, how to make this problem like a little chunk so you don't overthink it and you can tackle all of the challenges with easier. We will learn about some of the frameworks that help you in enhancing your problem solving skill. Also, besides from that, we will learn how to apply this critical thinking and problem solving in a real world scenario. So I will give you several examples of the real world scenario that happens in your daily life and when you can apply these critical thinking and problem solving skills. So look forward to it. Let's go to the next slide, Ka. Of course, in order to cover all of those objectives, we have three sections. Introduction about the critical thinking and what is critical thinking itself, how can we become a critical thinker, also the problem solving part. Please go to the next slide, Ka. So in here, in the introduction, I have a really interesting video. Okay, let's watch it together and please pause on the 14-second gas. So we will have a little bit of tebak-tebakan ya di sini. I want all of you to participate. Okay, let's
Teaser.
play the video.
A rooster is on the roof of a barn facing east. The wind is blowing to the west at 10 miles per hour. The rooster lays an egg. Which direction does the egg roll?
Flow. Yeah. Okay, so a rooster facing east and the wind is blowing to the west 10 kilometer per hour. The rooster lay an egg. In which direction the egg will roll? To the east, which is where the rooster facing, or to the west, where the wind blows? Yeah. Please type your answer in Google Chat. I would like to know. Okay, Hamdan. Rooster does not lay egg. Okay, anyone else? Ayo, Masa Sepi. What do you think, guys? West? Okay, Hasi say west. Someone else maybe have different opinion? Rooster doesn't like egg, hen does. Okay, Brian says the same as Hamdan. What about the others? Come on. Maybe you guys have a different opinion, like, oh, not rolling. Yeah, that's also a possibility, Azaria. Or maybe you are also agree with Haspi or with Brian or with Hamdan, with Azaria. Not rolling? Okay, because we already have a different opinion here, let's play the video and see.
If you want, you can pause the video and think it over. The answer? There is no egg. The rooster didn't lay one because roosters are male. Did you get it right? Let's pick this apart and see why many people have difficulty with this brain teaser and so many others. First, it's easy to overlook details or accept them without questioning. In this brain teaser, the answer could be found in the second word, rooster. In hindsight, we realize it's impossible for roosters to lay eggs, but it's easy to overlook when it's mentioned casually in the brain teaser. Another process at work in this brain teaser is misdirection. There were several details included that we may have paid too much attention to. The fact that the rooster was facing east, and that the wind was blowing west at 10 miles per hour. In the end, these details had nothing to do with the actual answer, but because they seemed important in the context of the brain teaser, they directed us away from the relevant information. The same techniques used to solve brain teasers can also be applied to real-world situations. When you're trying to figure something out, it's important to analyze the information that's available to you. Are there any key details I may be missing? Am I being misled by something? Could I be thinking about this in another way? Brain teasers not only help to keep your mind sharp, but they can help improve your critical thinking skills as well. Let's finish things off with another brain teaser. You have a single match and are in a dark room with a candle, an oil lamp, and a gas stove. Which do you light first?
Oscar, please. Oh, yeah. So which one? The match, okay? Match, okay. A lot of you, I think a lot of you already have a critical thinking, yeah? The match, okay? Anything else? Anyone else? The different answer, maybe? Than Javier and Hamdan? Okay. No, no one have different answer. Then let's play the video, Kak.
The answer, the match.
Correct. Congratulations, guys. So
TCS
yeah, that's
Global.
a little bit of brain teaser. So brain teaser is one of the fun thing that you can do in order to keep your mind sharp. Yeah. So as you can see, here is how you can see if you have a critical thinking, or maybe you should improve that. Because in this, you see a lot of people sometimes missing the details because there are lots of distractions around them. So please go to the next slide. Christopher Hitchens says that the essence of the independent mind lies not in what someone is thinking, but in how you think. So it doesn't matter if you think a lot of things in one way, but if your mind is don't know how to think it straight or how to ignore the not important detail and trying to find the root cause of a problem, then maybe you need to start make a habit of how to think critically. So yeah, let's see actually what is critical thinking. Please go to the next slide. Kak. Actually, critical thinking is the act of yourself to analyze the fact and the data around you. As someone who delved into mobile development, cloud computing, and machine learning, you must have a lot of data and a lot of technical things. So you must be more critical in your daily life. But when you go to the professional world, sometimes you forgot about that and you just do whatever your supervisor tells you. Someday, when you are going to work, remember about this critical thinking. Okay, it's the act of analyzing the fact and to understand the problem or the topic. So when your supervisor asks you to do anything, you could ask them, what is this feature used for? What is this contribute to your KPI or to your goal? This critical thinking process is typically included in several steps. First is like collecting information and collecting data, asking questions, but it's not just the usual question, but it's a thoughtful question. Question that you find after you analyze the data. And after that, analyze the possible solution for your problem. Sometimes people forget how to think critically and just accept the fact that is bring to them. That's why you have to be careful, guys. Because in this world, there are many information that could get to you from different social media, and maybe you know about the hoax, right? The hoax. There are lots of false news that going around you, and you have to be careful with that. You have to think critically which one is the fact and which one are not, and try to filter that information so not to overburden your brain. Okay, so sometimes people think that critical thinking is being negative. Ah, kamu terlalu kritis gitu, kamu nanya mulu gitu kan. Don't think like that. So applying critical thinking doesn't mean that you are being negative or focus in someone else's fault or focus in the situation fault. It means that you are being able to clarify your thinking so that you can break down any problem or any issue and find the relevant information so that you could arrive in a good decision and a good problem solution. So let's see in this slide. There is one doctor and there is a patient who visit the doctor. First, the patient visit the doctor, and then patient said that he got a serious headache, and all of that stuff. So what if you think now, if the doctor skip step 3 and 4, in which when the patient says, "Oh, doctor, I have a serious headache," and then the doctor suddenly say, "Ah, you have a gastritis." Gastritis is like mah. Kalau misalnya di Indonesia tuh sakit mah ya, tiba-tiba. And he prescribed a medicine for gastritis. What do you think? Anyone wants to share his or her opinion maybe about this? What if the doctor skipped step 3 and step 4? I'm waiting for any volunteer. Please raise your hand. Or should I choose randomly from all of you? Siapa yang mau volunteer pakai bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa ya teman-teman, jangan malu-malu. Kan kita di sini belajar bersama. Jadi kalau teman-teman mau dalam bahasa Indonesia juga nggak apa-apa. Oke, ada yang mau volunteer? No one? If no one volunteers, then I will ask. Kensa Marcella, are you here? Oh, ada Hasbi. Okay. Let's hear from Hasbi first, and then after that, Kensa, you can continue. Okay, Hasbi, please open your microphone and tell us, what do you think?
Okay. I do think that without the doctor getting some information, then he'll actually give a wrong one, not based on his actual actual disease. So it may affect the patient and the doctor's reputation quite well.
Oh, that's a very good answer. Yeah, the doctor could prescribe a wrong medicine or maybe malpractice, yeah, so that his reputation will be done for, and then maybe get a lawsuit and everything. Thank you, Hasbi. That's a very good point. All right, then. Next one, Kensa. Can you open your microphone, please? Are you here? Oh, it seems Kensa is not here. Then maybe I will pick someone else. How about Gilang? Gilang Adi Susanto. Are you here, Gilang?
Yes, miss, I'm here.
All right. What do you think, Gilang?
Sorry ya, pakai bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa ya?
Boleh dong. Gimana?
Menurut saya kalau misalkan step ketiga dan keempat itu di skip, nanti bakalan ada kayak kesalahan. Kalau misalkan kita nggak tahu gejalanya apa, tiba-tiba dokternya asal untuk ngasih obat aja, jadi nanti ada kekeliruan di obatnya mungkin.
Betul, betul. Oke, terima kasih sudah menjawab ya. Itu betul banget, Gilang. Jadi, when the doctor is just suddenly prescribing something that is out of your, ya kan aku tadi bilangnya sakit kepala, dok. Kok tiba-tiba dikasih obat, mah? So there are several things that can happen besides from the doctor give a wrong medicine, just like Ilang and Hasbi said, but also the patient will doubt the doctor. So she or he in this case will say like, "Wah, oh, I said that I have a headache. Why you give me this prescription?" And end up the patient will not drink the medicine at all. And in a very serious manner, like Hasbi said, it could be turned into a different malpractice and all of that, and the doctor also can get a lawsuit and being fined by the government, or ya dituntut gitu ya karena kasih obatnya sembarangan seperti itu. So in here, when you just look at the surface of the problem, you don't dig deeper, then you can make a wrong decision. And in case of a doctor, it's a very, very fatal because it will include people's life even. So that's why, as someone who is a professional, in the future, you have to dig deeper into a problem. When there is an application, okay, the user suddenly drop in your application, suddenly the user drop. Don't jump into conclusion like, okay, let's make a new feature so that the user will come back again to our application. Try to study the data and the fact and then see which one. Maybe, oh, you have sometimes the server down because the user, there are too much traffic. Then it means that you have to improve the server. or you have a bad UI UX, then you have to improve the UI UX. So basically, you have to dig deeper into a problem or solution. Don't just jump into the solution itself. So here, I would like to know about what does it mean to be a critical thinker. Please go to the next slide, Ka. And then again, with the Mentimeter, I would like to for you to open the menti.com again, and then input this code in menti.com. Okay, I sent it to you in the Google chat, and then please give one sentence. Okay, one sentence or two. What do you think? What does it mean to be a critical thinker? What do you think? Okay, so I'm waiting for your answer, guys, in the Mentimeter, and let's see. And there is no wrong or false answer in here. What's the matter is your opinion. Okay, so please share your opinion about what is critical thinker. What does it mean to be a critical thinker? You can use Bahasa Indonesia, you can use English, whatever you are comfortable with. Okay, so let's see. I'm waiting for your answer. Okay. If you have a problem to go to the menti.com, please let me know. Aha, someone saying, oh, don't forget to put your name because, of course, I want to give you a plus point for contributing to the class. Okay, please put your name again. You can resubmit it. Okay, someone mentioned to be a critical thinker is to think rationally, clearly, and logically. Who's that? You can raise your hand. Peter, okay, open your microphone.
Uh, yes, hello. My
Hello,
turn.
we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. From me, I think a critical thinker is to think rationally, clearly, and logically. Because a critical thinker is a person that usually think using is logical, not using emotion or other perspective like that.
Okay, very good point. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, someone who thinks rationally, clearly, and logically. They use data and fact in order to make the problem into a solution that is very, very, yeah, suitable solution. All right, someone else say, oh, Mario, thinking based on multiple perspective. Oh, that's also a good point. Adrian, oh, someone says become closer to Aristotle and being a detective. Okay, who says become closer to Aristotle? I would like to know. Hamdan, hi, welcome. Open your microphone. What do you mean become closer to Aristotle?
Uh, mm, when I hear about critical thinker, especially the thinker,
Mm-hmm.
it's my mind really just connected to philosopher like Aristotle
Oh,
and yes, and famous Greek philosopher. That's why I said that become a critical thinker means that we are thinking about life, and that's why I
oh.
we are becoming closer to Aristotle.
Oh, thank you. That's a very unique perspective, Hamdan. Yeah, Aristotle is one of the philosophers in the Greek, and he is surely one of the best critical thinker in this world because yeah, he think about not only in daily life but also the life as a whole, which is very good, and it's also implication that you are closer to Aristotle, which means you are a critical thinker. But in order to become a critical thinker, you don't have to be an Aristotle. You can be yourself and cultivate your own critical thinking. All right, let's move on to in the next slide. Thank you everyone for your contribution. Aha, I see lots of you have also goes to the mentimeter.com. Thank you. So now we will see why critical thinking is important. So there are lots of things here. Of course, it helps you to be more independent. So you won't rely only on your emotion, your gut feeling, or kayaknya kayak gini deh. Yeah, so you will be more independent in your thinking because you also have the basis. For example, you already have the data and the information that you would like to present to your supervisor. sometimes the management thinking is not too detailed because they only know about the surface. You are the one who is in the field, yeah. So you knows about those. That's why when you can present the data, you can be more independent, and your supervisor also will appreciate you if you could give them insight on what is wrong, for example, in the application. And it also promotes your creativity because people who think critically, they not only satisfied with one way, but they also try to find another if there is a different problem, if this is not the root cause but there is another root cause. So you will be more creative in applying this, since you are more critic. And of course, it's important for your self reflection. When you think critically, you will see what has been done and what you have been mistaken in the past. So it's not something that happened to you just like instantly, it is a habit. So when you have a critical thinking, you will see your mistake in the past, and then in the future, okay, when there is another problem like this, what I can do is this. Remember about your growth mindset. So growth mindset also will help you in this, like be a good critical thinker, so you can reflect on your past mistakes. And usually, a critical thinker is someone who is happier in life. Why? Because a critical thinker can provide answer to a lot of different problems, and you will be regarded as an achievement when you can solve the problem, especially in your team, and also you will make yourself a better understand about yourself about, oh, so when there is a problem I tend to be like this, ya, ketika ada problem ternyata aku orangnya kayak gini ya. Oke, next time mungkin aku harus lebih detail. Oh, ternyata kalau ada problem yang susah aku panikan ya, kayak gitu. Nah, when you realize about that and you try to improve yourself to be a better decision maker, then you will become happier. And the last one, it enables you to be a great problem solver. Of course, it's related to the previous points, ya, teman-teman. When you think critically, you can find more to the root cause, not only mungkin kayak gini, mungkin kayak gitu, tapi kalian coba dig deeper. Seperti itu. So it will make you a great problem solver. So now let's go to the section to how to think critically. We in here have four steps, ya. Di sini kita ada 4 step. Follow this step in order to solve problem using a critical thinking skills. First is to understand the problem itself or the context of the problem. Please go to the next slide, guys. So the key characteristic of people with critical thinking, a critical thinker, is your open-mindedness. If you have closed-minded, you will not be able to open for inputs from outside because you already have a set of mind. Oh, ini mah kayak gini, bukan kayak gitu. Ya, kalau misalnya kalian terlalu close-minded, nggak mau nerima informasi dari luar, nggak mau nerima masukan dari luar, kalian nggak bisa jadi critical thinker. So a critical thinker should be open-minded. And sometimes a little bit of skeptics, ya, kayak masa kayak gitu sih, mungkin ada yang lain deh, mungkin ada penyebab yang lain gitu. A little bit skepticism. And also have a logical reasoning and also effective communication, because in the future you will have to communicate with a lot of people. For example, you will ask your product manager about the data, or you can ask the data engineer about the data. You have to communicate with a lot of people in order to find the data. So a critical thinker also is a good and effective communicator. Yeah. Next is to understand the problem context, which is the step one, ya, tadi, which is what? Understand the problem context. In order to understand the problem context, you have to master the definition of workflow. This is the workflow: the who, situation, complication, and problem statement. So first, when there is a problem, you have to ask who. What is who? Who is impacted by the problem? Who is siapa yang terlibat gitu di dalam problem tersebut. Kemudian situation, ya. What is the situation looks like? And the complication. What is the complication for the situation? And of course, the last one is a problem statement. For example, I give you example from my own experience. So, as a product manager, I have to build a feature in which, because I was from a digital banking, so let's say, okay, the company need to so that the user need to have a saving in our bank, like 100 million rupiah, for example, for this year. So I need to provide the features that can help people to save 100 million rupiah in our application. So who is impacted by this? Which is me, the product manager, and of course the financial analyst, and maybe a data engineer to see what is the data from the past month or from the past year, so that I know in which month or what is the promotion that is needed, what is the feature that they like. So the who is me, product manager, financial analyst, maybe the financial division, and also the data engineer. Situation. What is the situation? The situation says company need to achieve 100 million saving. Yeah. And then the complication. The complication maybe there is a competitor of digital banking that increase in Indonesia. So I have to be aware of that competitor. What is their features? And finally, the problem statement. The problem statement is how can we achieve 100 million saving for this year in our application. So that's how the example in professional world. Now in personal world, let's make a simple one. So, for example, there is a problem. My mother asked me to buy a salt to cook soup for lunch. Ya, jadi ibu mau masak sup untuk makan siang misalnya. Who is impacted by this problem? It's me, my mother, and also my family. Ya, nanti kalau misalnya nggak jadi makan siang kan seluruh keluarga nggak makan siang. Ya, so my mother and I and the rest of the family. It's the who. The situation. Need to cook soup for lunch. Mother need to cook soup. And then no salt to make soup. Okay. The complication. Maybe you see, oh, the nearby shop is closed. So that's the complication. And the problem statement. So where can I buy the salt so that mother can cook lunch? So that's some of the example in analyzing and understanding the problem context. Okay, so next, yeah, this is also one of the tools, which is to break down problem into easy and easy to solve chunks. Yeah, besides from analyzing the who, situation, complication, and also the problem statement, you can also break down a problem into easy to solve chunks. So kelihatannya problemnya gede banget ya teman-teman, but maybe you can break it down into one small problem. Like for example, oh, I will be late to get into my meeting place because of the traffic jam. You can break down why there is a traffic jam. Maybe because of the traffic in that direction, or maybe there is a lot of motorcycle and different things. And then you can try to find a solution. Maybe you can go back to a different street, or maybe you can use a different way of transportation. So basically, don't think something as a very big. See if those problems can be divided into chunk, and it will help you to solve the problem. Now we have a class exercise in here, the problem definition, because you already learned about the who, situation, complication, and also the solution. Now we will have a breakout room, and I will give you not 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes with the discussion, but I will give you 5 minutes to brainstorm with your group about this problem, this scenario. Please present who, the situation, the complication, and what is the problem statement. Okay, please go to the breakout room that your mentor already created and discuss with the team. At the end of the 5 minutes, please go back to the main room, and I would like someone for each group to present their findings for this case, okay? And please also write your finding, the who, situation, complication, and also the problem statement in the Jamboard that your mentor already shared to you in the Google chat. Okay, so please go to the break room. Okay, Kak Maul and Kak Samuel, could you please set the break rule?
Halo guys.
Halo, halo.
Halo.
Guys, ada yang punya link Jamboardnya nggak?
Gak ada, coba aku balik ke Lightroom deh.
Kayaknya ada di main room.
Di main room.
Ini emang nggak bisa ngedit ya Jamboardnya?
Bisa kok ya aku yang ini.
Oke guys, tadi perintahnya gimana?
Yang mana?
Sama XYZ gitu. Itu ditulis di Jamboard ya? Atau gimana tadi? Kayaknya sih iya sih ditulis di Jamboardnya. Soalnya ada ini perintah tuliskan di Jamboard. Di soal tadi aku sempat lupa. Oh iya. Oke, who-nya berarti ada dua tuh, ABC sama XYZ perusahaannya. Betul.
Terus apa nih situationnya
Situasinya di sini kayaknya ini dah tentang penjualan kilat ini ya, flash sale ini ya.
dia tuh pengen want to double its revenue, jadi revenue-nya tahun ini pengen ditingkatin gitu loh. Itu situationnya.
Iya, betul betul. Setuju sama
Ada
Muhammad
yang bisa
Wildan.
bantu nulisin nggak? Who company, oke. Who situation competition, oke. Jadi situasinya dia pengen ningkatin revenue 2 kali lipat. Terus complication-nya, gamified format tuh apa ya guys? Tahu nggak?
Ini yang perlu diidentifikasi apa aja sih? Coba ditulis di Jamboard dong, biar nanti kalau ada ide tuh langsung tinggal ngisi aja. Kayaknya aku tadi ketinggalan.
Itu di Jamboard udah ada.
yang page 3
Ada,
kan?
ya. Ada
Udah
who,
ketaruh
situation,
ini.
complication, sama problem statement. Gamification itu apa?
Kayaknya asumsi gue ini sih, notification
Ini-
yang awalnya orang-orang kenapa?
Oh enggak, ini banyak Jamboard kok, cuman only few.
Pakai link yang satu lagi.
Oh, satu
Ini
lagi.
tadi gue mikirnya yang kalau gamified itu paling dikasih jadi ada misi gitu. Kalau awalnya cuman kayak flash sale doang, flash sale beli selesai. Tapi kalau misalkan yang si XYZ mungkin dia ada flash sale juga kayak gitu, tapi nanti dia kayak di gamified ada 2 misi 3 misi buat nyelesain flash sale, terus nanti dapat reward apa gitu. Jadi kan orang lebih milih si ini dong, si skemanya si XYZ karena ada format gamified itu.
Oh. Gamified format. Terus si ABC nge-survey usernya. Ini agak bingung sih. Jadi sexualnya comfort.
Iya, betul.
Oh iya, applying game-based principle to non-game activities. Iya sih, benar tadi.
Problemnya itu berarti hasil dari complication tadi. Yang penurunan apa namanya? Nilai jualnya 5% selama per bulan itu, setelah bulan ketiga.
Oke, welcome back. Selamat datang teman-teman. Oke. Nah, sekarang karena sudah mulai pada balik ya, aku ingin someone from group 1, from breakout room 1, will someone present to us about their finding. Coba group 1 mana nih? Ya. Ayo angkat tangan, siapa group 1 perwakilannya? Breakout room 1, siapa? Hello. Ayo, siapa tadi yang di breakout room 1? Kak Samuel, Kak Maul? Boleh tuju satu orang. Oke, kalau gitu kita ke breakout room 2 dulu. Ihsan. Hai Ihsan.
Hello,
You can
Miss.
open your mic.
Okay, is my sound clear?
Clear, yes, good.
Okay.
What do
Mungkin
you find?
maaf pakai bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa ya?
Boleh dong.
Oke, jadi tadi setelah diskusi di breakout room 1 tuh kami melihat ada dua pihak utama yang terlibat. Jadi di sini ada company ABC dan XYZ. Terus di situ situasinya company ABC itu pengen meningkatkan penjualan dengan 2 kali lipat penjualan normal, lalu dengan cara dia pakai flash sale. Nah, tapi setelah 3 bulan penjualan, di situ ada company kompetitornya yaitu XYZ, dia bikin campaign yang sama tapi dengan tambahan fitur yaitu gamifikasi. Nah, terus setelah kita observe di bulan keempat dan kelima, di situ ada penurunan 5% per bulan. Nah, terus mungkin kalau bisa kita runut lagi, mungkin yang problemnya itu dan apa yang harus kita pikirin ke depannya tuh nanti gimana caranya buat ngembaliin penjualan company ABC sampai bisa seperti 3 bulan pertama tadi. Nah, selain kan tadi kan mungkin nggak cuman nge-compare aja ya, Kak. Ini kan company ABC kan baru nge-compare 2 bulan itu. Nah, mungkin dari hasil komparasi itu bisa didapat solusi lain gimana caranya biar company ABC ini bisa ningkatin penjualan lagi biar sesuai target yang diinginkan. Gitu kurang lebihnya.
Okay. Good problem statement. Let's move. Terima kasih Ihsan untuk mewakili breakout room 1. Sekarang breakout room 2, siapa yang mau mewakili? Ayo, siapa? Breakout room 2, come on guys. Nggak ada? Yakin? Kita skip nih ke breakout room 2. Breakout room 3. Masa udah diskusi, sayang loh, udah diskusi loh. Breakout room 3, siapa yang mau mewakili? Iya, ada. Oke. Wildan. Silakan Wildan. Halo, you can open your microphone.
Oke. Dari hasil diskusi tadi, di sini Hu-nya ada company ABC.
Alright.
Terus situasinya company ABC ini pengen meningkatkan revenue-nya 2 kali lipat di tahun ini. So the complication, ada company lain yaitu kompetitor XYZ ngikutin strategi yang sama ditambah dengan melakukan flash sale ditambah dengan gamification feature. Dan ternyata dengan adanya itu sales-nya turun 5% di bulan keempat dan kelima. Jadi problem statement-nya gimana caranya revenue-nya tetap meningkat 2 kali lipat tahun ini, tetap terpenuhi walaupun ada kompetitor yang ngelakuin hal yang sama gitu.
Alright, very good, nice, thank you Wildan. Kalau gitu breakout room 4, siapa yang mewakili? Ayo, angkat tangan. No one? Masa mau di skip juga? Oh, really? Breakout room 5 kalau gitu. Ayo, siapa yang mewakili breakout room 5? Masa nggak ada yang mau? Sayang loh, udah berdiskusi sama teman-temannya. Ayo, breakout room 5. Peter, hi Peter, welcome again.
Okay, I will explain the the problem. The first
Mm-hmm.
who is ABC company and the competitor
Okay.
company XYZ company. So the
All right.
situation that ABC company wants to double its revenue this year, but
Mm-hmm.
the complication, the XYZ company launched a similar flash sale in the fourth month after ABC company launched the flash sale, and impacting
Okay.
the ABC company revenue. So the
All
problem
right.
statement is the company's sales dropped by 5% per month in month 4 and 5. So how to compete with the competitors by ABC company?
Oke, oh nice, thank you Peter. Aku kasih satu kali lagi kesempatan untuk breakout room 2 dan 4. Gak ada yang mau? Ayo, really? Oke, kalau kayak gitu. Serius? Baiklah kalau nggak ada yang mau mewakili. Kita lanjut ya. So, it's a very very nice gitu. Aku sangat appreciate teman-teman tadi yang menjawab ya. Semuanya well done, Peter. Ya, dan juga, ya, yang udah mewakili gitu semuanya. Nice. I hope that you can gain a little bit experience in here. Only in 5 minutes is not enough because usually in the company you even have days to brainstorm about this. But I see most of you already got it really good exactly of what you are been asking, and then you have contribute a lot. Give applause to breakout room 1, 3, and 5. So here is the answer, what we can learn from the situation. So who? I see some of you already can identify who is implicated. However, I also see that you are too broad in that. You mentioned company ABC and company XYZ, but not detailed enough about in which who is referred to the person or the position in here. You can say the product owner or the product manager because they are the one who create the features, and also the product user, which is the user or the customer, and the business team, also the competitor, which is company XYZ. So you need to be more detailed on who is impacted. But most of you already got it right, which is, of course, the product owner already in company ABC. And the situation, the ABC company made a target to double its revenue. All of you are right. It's really great. But by launching the flash sale, and it's successfully doubled its revenue for 3 months. However, of course, the complication is that the revenue dropped by 5%, and there is a competitor who launched the gamification feature. So the correct problem statement in here should be how should ABC company regain the market segment to double its revenue, which most of you are correct. That is why it's really good to have this exercise. Here are some of the incorrect problem statement. The first one, like how can we ensure that the competitor will not be able to easily copy feature that we launch in the future? If any of you think about this, it's really not relevant because the focus is not on the feature, but the revenue itself, how to regain the revenue, right? So it's not relevant about the feature, no matter what is the feature. And how does e-commerce ABC launch a more enhanced flash sale? It's too specific because the company only focus on the flash sale. Meanwhile, even the competitor use a different feature, which is gamification. So it's too specific if we are focusing on only on the flash sale. And the next one is how can e-commerce ABC achieve its revenue target this year? For example, it's too broad because there are lots of things that can be achieved with how to create the revenue this year. So it has to be like the market segment to regain the market segment to double its growth revenue. And how should ABC company regain back the market segment to double blah, blah, blah. It is not really focused because it says about the market segment, but also the solution not easily replicable. It's out of the context. Okay, so we also have to focus, but not too focused. Nggak boleh terlalu fokus, terlalu spesifik, atau terlalu broad gitu, terlalu umum. So that's how you can create the problem statement and understanding the problem context, teman-teman. And all of you are really good because I see the problem statement is in the form of question. Okay, so problem statement always in the form of question. Next is how can you define good problem statement? First, like we exercised before, it has to be relevant. Who is involved? What is happening? The situation. What is the consequence? And also what is the situation right now? And it has to be specific but not too specific ya. Jangan terfokus kepada satu feature aja gitu. But it don't be too broad but don't be too narrow also. And it has to be also focused in addressing the main problem. Yeah. Next is how can you understand the problem better? To understand a problem, first, you cannot jump into conclusion. Like we have learned before, don't jump into conclusion, try to find another perspective. And then avoid making assumption without valid data or evidence. In the future, if you want to create application for your project, for your capstone project, please make sure that you also have the data to back your project. Why you want to create that project? Based on what? If you say like, okay, I want to help the farmer with this project, which farmer? And why do you want to help this farmer? Is this farmer really need a solution from you or not? Or it's just your assumption, oh, maybe the farmer need this. Don't be like that. You have to find out the data that support your statement that you want to build this application based on this data. Okay, and it can be also included in your pitch, and your pitch will be better with more data that has to be presented. So please remember this for your future capstone project. And then be critical and argumentative. Don't be shy and don't be like nervous because you think, aduh, aku kayaknya terlalu kritikal nih, nanti orang-orang pada benci sama aku. Jangan kayak gitu ya. So being critical is good as long as you know, like your critical is based on the data, not only just some omong kosong gitu ya teman-teman. Jadi you have to create. Oh, kalau misalnya nggak relevan, ya you have to ask a question. Okay, in the future, it will also help you in the professional world. And avoid relying on feelings or emotions only. Sometimes emotion and feeling also good because you see, people also need a business sense. Maybe you heard about that, a business sense. But you also need data to back you up. In order to convince other, you also need a clear evidence. Okay, untuk bisa mengconvince supervisor kalian, kalian harus punya evidence. And be aware of selective perception. What is selective perception? It is a perception that only see opinion that you want, gitu ya. Jadi kalian cuma pengennya lihatnya yang kalian suka aja atau yang sesuai gitu sama pandangan kalian. Kalau misalnya nggak sesuai, kalian nggak mau dengerin. Hati-hati ya sama itu. Be careful. Because one of the characteristic of critical thinker, tadi remember, itu adalah open-mindedness ya. Next is the framework of critical thinking and problem solving. Tadi kita sudah belajar ya tentang what, which is understanding the problem. Now we will understand the why. Which is to define the root cause. After you understanding the problem and the context, you need to start wondering why this situation happened, why this problem exists. Okay, now we will see how to define the root cause ya. Di sini kita akan belajar 5 why analysis. Kalau tadi kita belajar tentang who, situation, complication, and also the problem statement. Now to find the why, we have the framework called 5 why analysis. It is to ask why 5 times or less until you narrow down the problem into one root cause. So let's see the example in here, the 5 why analysis. So the problem statement is why I overslept from napping ya, overslept from napping. You have to ask why I overslept ya, karena alarmnya didn't sound. Why the alarm didn't sound? Because the phone battery is dead. Why the phone battery is dead? Because it didn't change properly. And why it didn't change properly? Because I have no habit to check the battery. So the root problem is that you have no habit to check the battery. So in the future, you have to maintain a habit to check the battery. Jadi five why-nya itu berasal dari jawaban yang sebelumnya. So the question number one, and then you ask why, there will be answer for this question, ya. And then after that, you also need to ask for this question. Contohnya lagi, why I always late going to the meeting? It's because I don't have good time management. Why I don't have a good time management? Because I haven't learned about time management. Why I haven't learned about time management? Because I have no time to learn about time management. Why I don't have time to learn the time management? It's because I'm too busy, for example. And then why you are too busy? You can ask that until you find the root cause. Oh, jadi sebenarnya tuh aku harus misalnya prioritize thing so that I have the time to learn about time management and then I can improve my time management better. Seperti itu, teman-teman, ya. So that's about the 5 why analysis. Now, we also have an exercise about this 5 why analysis. Try to find the root cause of this situation. Okay, you will have a Jamboard in here. Each class will have their own Jamboard. Jadi masing-masing jangan masuk ke Jamboard yang lain because the Jamboard capacity is really terbatas ya, teman-teman. So you will have Jamboard for each class. Please go to the Jamboard of your respective class and then try to find 5 why analysis for this. So first you have to understand about the problem, ya, tadi implement the problem statement, and then after that why this problem happened, and you will find the answer. From that answer, you have to ask why again until it's 5 times. So good luck, and I would like to see about your 5 why analysis. Let's go.
Kak, reminder, 60 minutes left for the session.
Okay, thank you, Kak Samuel. Yeah, if any of you coming from different class, then both of Kak Maul and Kak Samuel, please join to ML49 ya. Jadi kalau misalnya ada yang di luar dari ML49 atau MD42, silakan masuk ke ML49 boardnya. Don't forget to also write your name. Ya, jadi aku bisa tahu nih siapa yang tadi siapa yang menulis di Jamboard. Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Alright, let's see, masih pada masuk ya ke Jamboard-nya. Feel free to write anywhere ya, teman-teman. Okay, I'm waiting for you. The 5 why analysis from this situation. Okay. Let's see. Why is no one clicking the icon? Oh, also, if you don't want to write in the Jamboard, I always open for anyone who wants to raise their hand and then saying directly to the class about the 5 why that you can generate from this case. Okay, so don't be shy and then raise your hand. You can say directly and share to the class. Oke, masih sepi nih teman-teman. Someone here in IELTS in class. Don't forget your name, guys. Oh, there are some that's already here. Why are travel bags and clothing items across various brands generating lower clicks? Because they are not as visually appealing. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Maybe anyone wants to share directly? No one? Daripada nulis di Jamboard, kalau ada yang kesulitan. Don't forget your name ya. Ya, ada yang hampir selesai. Ini 5. Satu menit lagi ya, teman-teman. Okay, who is this? Haha. Okay, I want to know in here who says why are travel bags and clothing items across various brands generating lower clicks. Siapa tuh yang menulis di Jamboard? Siapa? Why are travel bags and clothing items across various brands generating lower clicks? Siapa tuh? Ayo, siapa ngaku? Or satunya deh di Jamboard satunya ya. Why certain items get a low click and then why are user not using search? Siapa yang menulis itu? Coba angkat tangan.
That's me.
Halo Adrian. Okay. Please explain to us about your answer. What do you find? The first why.
The first why is from the scenario. There are certain items that get low click, such as travel bags and clothing.
Yeah, and then the answer?
It might be because the user, the design is not effective or not engaging enough for them to click the item.
Okay. All right, and then?
Then the second one is why the users not using search.
Maybe because
it's stated on the scenario, but because that's the user is not using the search function. It might be because of the the search bar or the web design. Also, basically the main reason I wrote all of this is because I think the web design or UI UX is not effective to engage the user to click or to search or to explore the products of the e-commerce company.
Okay, thank you, Adrian, for sharing your answer. Don't forget your name, everyone. Adrian, you also need to write your name, okay? Uh, and that is also one of the good example for how to create a 5 why analysis. So let's see in the next slide some of the examples of the good 5 why analysis, okay? For example, here, we will the statement problem statement is that first, of course, we need to understand the problem context. So what who is impacted by this problem, which is the user, the millennial user, the CS team, your customer service team, and also the IT team. What is the situation? This company partner with hundreds of fashion item supplier, and also the CS team get a lot of complaint that user don't have access to those items, and the complication from the analytics or from the data show that not many users have been using the search feature. Okay, and then of course the problem statement is why can't user find the item they're looking for, even though those are the on the platform already. So here is from the problem statement, we will find the 5 why analysis. There are three possibility of 5 why analysis. The first one, of course, why is because users don't know that it is possible to search on the website. And from this answer, you can also create the second why. Why user don't know? Because the search bar is not easily visible or found. Why it's not easily visible or to be found? Because it's on the corner of the page maybe. And why is it on the corner of the page? It's because the developer received such design from the UI team. And why? The last one is because the search bar is badly designed. So you don't need to create another search bar. And there are also other examples as well in here. So like Adrian mentioned, maybe it's because of the problem of the UI UX. But you have to remember the answer from the first why has to be related. So before you create the next why, you have to know the answer from the first one. So from the problem statement, you will ask the first why. And the answer from the first why, you can create the second why that related to the first why until you find the root cause for that. Okay, so that's how you can create the 5 why analysis. So the key password in here, it has to be related. So the second why has to be related to the answer of the first why, and the third why has to be related to the answer of the second why until you find the last one, and the last one will be your root cause or your root problem. So that's how you can find the 5 why. Thank you everyone who already joined in the Jamboard. Now we will see here some of the real life example of problem definition based on the Indonesia Growth Diagnostic in here. For example, the main problem or the problem statement is the low level of productive investment and innovation. Okay, and why it has lower level of productive investment and innovation. Maybe there are two whys in here. The first why is low return to economic activity, and the second why, the first why, maybe the answer is low return to economic activity. Why there is a low return to economic activity? Because there is low social returns. Why there is a low social returns? Because there is a low human capital. So at the base of all of that, you will see that there are a lot of root cause. So Kak, berarti root cause itu gak cuma satu ya Kak ya? Betul. So root cause doesn't have to be the only one. You can have a different root cause, but the one that you have to understand is that the root cause is something that can create a lot of different problems. So you have to dig deeper into this root cause by asking with the framework of 5 why, and you have to do this also in your professional world in the future, because sometimes when you are pressed by the deadline, you will forget about that. So please remember that. All right, so everyone, I think we have done a lot of exercises and a lot of material. So now it's the time to rest. Let's meet again another 5 minutes from now. I hope that you can more energized after the break. So see ya. back to the critical thinking and problem solving class. I hope that you guys already refreshed with the 5-minute breaks. So yeah, let's continue to our next section. Please go to the next slide. We have this interesting video here. Hello. Okay.
Peter, come take a look at this.
Mr. Daniels. Look at this.
What's this? The numbers, they keep getting bigger and bigger.
The clicks are off the charts.
Yeah.
Yoshi, it's Walter. We're back.
Yes, sir!
I need more trees. More, please. I'll get you more trees.
Hey, take a look at wood pulp.
Everything you got on wood pulp right now.
He really loves that thing.
Okay, that's a very funny video. Anyone wants to share his or her opinion about this? Siapa yang mau kasih opininya tentang video ini, teman-teman? Angkat tangan. Oke, coba. Aku pengen Tangana Vito Fortunata. Are you here?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, what do you think about the video?
I think that it's quite funny, but other than that, I think it's
Kenapa lucunya?
yeah, because it's accidental, I guess.
Okay, anything else that you can find from the video?
No, not really.
Okay, thank you. One more person, Muhammad Fikriza. Coba, Muhammad Fikriza, are you here? Fikriza? Fikri? Oh, no? Someone else, maybe. Hamdan Azani, are you here? Hi, Hamdan. No.
Hello.
Oh, here you are. What do you think about the video, Hamdan?
I'm sorry, I just joined earlier, so I didn't watch the video.
Okay, no problem. Maybe next one. We also have another video then. All right, then let's continue. So from the video, actually, it says that with the because we see from the video that the owner of the company was very happy. There are lots of clicks, a lot of people buying the encyclopedia, and he suddenly tell the subordinate, okay, let's produce more encyclopedia, and they put a lot of trees, a lot of their stock suddenly increased so much. Well, actually, it's because they jump into conclusion. Because when the baby click a lot of the encyclopedia to buy now, they see it as someone who is very interested in the buying. But it doesn't lead to the exact or the actual buying. That's why poor solution might happen to anyone in the business. When you have something that is anomaly happen in the company in the future, don't jump into conclusion and try to find out about the data. Because what we see from this video, besides from like it's funny, but it's also could make the company goes bankrupt if they just realize that it's a click from baby, not because of there are lots of people who really interested in their product. So be careful, okay? And here is from that video, we will see also how to find a potential solution. So after we understand about what is the problem and what is the root cause, which is from why, now we want to find out how to find a potential solution. In here, I will introduce you, there is this called 80-20 rule, which or Pareto principle. So basically, in this world, 80% of the problem or the outcome is caused by 20% of the root cause. So as you can see, there are some example in here. 20% of the world population actually control more than 80% of the world income. So those 20% is the people who has a lot of money or rich. Yeah. Or 20% of your coworker creates 80% of the problem in the office. And this is what happened in the real world, guys. Now we will see how to find the potential solution based from what you have learned. Okay, there are lots of things. Please go to the next slide, Ka. There are lots of things in here. For example, brainstorming or risk assessment or decision tree. These are the frameworks that you can use in order to find a good solution from your problem. There will be a capability study, control chart, but now in today's session, we will learn only about the decision tree. Now let's see how is the decision tree made actually. There are 5 steps of decision tree. The first one is called start with your idea. So you can create a diagram of your main idea. You'll start this tree with adding one single node that contain what is your main problem, and also for example, if you want to create an app but you can't decide whether to build a new one or upgrade an existing one, you can also use this decision tree. What is the problem, what in one node, and after that add chance and decision node. For example, create this month the sales is down, probably because of 1, 2, 3, and after that you can expand it. Okay, so add the chance and decision node, and then after that expand until you reach the endpoint. And then after you reach the endpoint, you need to calculate the value of each solution, and then you evaluate which one is the best. Okay, or you can prioritize like, oh, this will create a lot of impact, so I will put this in number 1 solution, and after that you can create the second solution and then the third solution, something like that, so you can see from a different angle about the different solution. Okay, please, this is one of the example, guys. So to make a decision tree in the real life, for example, in here you will you find that the root cause is that your car won't start. How to make your car start? Maybe there are lots of cause, or a lot of in here a lot of different root cause, which is the dead battery, no fuel, and inactive spark plugs. Okay. Here, let's see. Oh, why the battery is dead? Because your lights left overnight. So you probably. Oh, thank you, Ka, for the reminder. And then after that, you didn't fill up the tank because there is no fuel, because you didn't fill up the tank, and maybe it overheating. Because of that, you will find a different solution. Like, for example, the first one, replace the battery or get help. The second solution is to fill up the tank or get help. And number 3, to jump start the car. From all of these solutions, you can also create like a value, see which one is the best. Maybe you can try the first one, and then if it's not working, the second one, or vice versa. You will see which is the best solution and try the alternative if it doesn't work. So this is how you can create a decision tree. Please go to the next slide, Ka. And here are the other one. The problem is late for bukber, and the cause is that you overslept, alarm didn't sound, phone battery dead. The root cause after you create the 5 why is that you don't have the habit to check the battery. Remember from the 5 why example, we have this root cause. Maybe the solution is for you to charge the phone frequently and properly, or maybe the solution is for you to develop a habit to check your battery every 9 p.m. for example. Please go to the next slide, Ka. So this is the decision tree. Here are some the problem solving hacks ya teman-teman yang bisa teman-teman terapkan. So actually the problem solving skill is the ability to brainstorm and implement the best solution. So by using the decision tree, for example, you can find a different solution, and then after that you can also evaluate which from those solution is the best and become the priority. And the second priority is those that if the first priority doesn't work. Okay, and here the decision tree, one of the framework that is very powerful tools that help you in a various field, including in the future if you are to become a professional. Okay, please go to the next slide, Kak. And of course, we arrive to the last one of the framework of this critical thinking and problem solving ya. Jadi kita tadi udah belajar about what to understand the problem using the who and all of that until the problem statement, the 5 why to define the root cause, the how to find the potential solution by doing the decision tree. So we arrive in the last one is to implement the solution in your day-to-day life. So here it is. There are lots of different methods to implement the corrective action to your problem. Starts from the PDCA process, standard work, process flow chart, control plans, control chart, error proving, and all of that. Those are several of the actions that we can use. But in here, what we learn is about the PDCA, which is the short from plan, do, check, and act. This is an improvement cycle based on the scientific method, propose the change in a process, and it will implement the change, and then after it implemented, being measured, and then taking an appropriate action. Okay, so here it is, plan, do, check, and act. We will learn from Changi Airport on how they do the plan, do, check, and act. Let's watch the video about Changi Airport and learn from them.
Volunteers will take part in an experiment to trial the new technology in place.
I think the team is a little jittery. We are having trial participants from the members of public who are totally unfamiliar with the systems. It's the first time they are interacting with all this equipment.
Open the subtitles.
These volunteers are meant to simulate the journey of passengers and must pass through all new automated stages.
Yeah. Or I think there is no subtitle.
Check-in, bag drop, immigration, and boarding. All this without coming into contact with ground staff. Having worked at Changi Airport for 6 years, today is Kelvin's ultimate test.
It is easier for the more tech-savvy or the young ones, but we wanted to make sure that even an 80-year-old grandmother could go through it with as minimal assistance as possible.
Kami lagi sihat tu kan? Ada P. Yes.
So it's just basically just follow the steps.
We are part of Singapore, part of Changi Airport. The technology have changed from Terminal 1 and up to Terminal 4.
While the volunteers prepare for the experience, Singapore's Changi Airport is gearing up for a brand new terminal. Counting down to opening, the team are ensuring the security of new automated systems. At the trials, the focus is now on the immigration stage.
Each time a passenger is entering into an area of a higher security, you have to show proof that your identity is indeed a valid one.
In Changi's other terminals, security staff check a passenger's likeness against their passport picture. At Terminal 4, the team has made a breakthrough.
It's quick. If I want to do a verification of your thumbprint right now, I need to first have in my database a record of your thumbprint. But facial recognition is simple. I just have to have your passport photo or any kind of photo for that matter.
The facial recognition gates use a matching process. Using the eyes as an anchor, the technology analyzes prominent facial features and calculates the distances between them. The photo taken and the passport must match to allow the person through.
So this person over here, you can see these points on his face who's slightly angled. What the system does is it's intelligent enough to automatically move those points back to where they should be. And from there, it creates a full frontal symmetrical image that looks something like this.
But today, the technology is facing teething problems. Some volunteers have not been allowed through the gates.
So this is the status for today.
Okay, in this case, it is a biometric rejection.
Yes, correct.
We try to understand if it's got to do with the passport's quality, passengers' behavior, ergonomics. From this data, we are able to track the reasons surrounding it. That we
Yeah, that's a very interesting video. Like what I said before, maybe now, Hamdan, you can share your opinion about the video. What do you think? Halo, I can't hear your voice. I think you're still muted. Ya, menurut kamu gimana videonya? Ups, sepertinya ada problem sama mikrofonnya ya. Yeah, it's okay if you can write it also in the Google chat. I couldn't hear you, unfortunately, Hamdan. Or anyone else, maybe? You can also answer through the Google chat, Hamdan, it's fine. About the video. And maybe someone else want to share their opinion about the video? No one? Really? Oh, Hasbi. Okay, Hasbi, open your microphone, please.
Okay, hi guys. So what I think about the video itself is that it's fully automated. Like it's like stepping in the stage of the future, basically. But for now, yeah, it is like in the quote unquote fail fast, succeed faster because of the risk. For example, the face of an old woman that hasn't used their passports in a long time, or actually like they have some marks on their face which would damage, like the system's rejection or acceptance in that. So that's what I think about this video. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing your opinion. That's a very strong one. Yeah, this is what happened right now. It's related to the plan, do, check, and act. So the Changi Airport is one of the first airports in the world that implement this biometric system. They plan it, and then after that, they do a volunteer. It's not only for the tech savvy or the millennial generation or Gen Z or Gen Alpha like you guys, but it's also including other generation like our grandma and grandpa, so that they can have a clear instruction on how it will be implemented, because their main goal is to implement it without any assistance or very, very minimum assistance even for the grandpa and grandma. So they do it, they plan, they do the voluntary or trial program for everyone, and they check that, oh, see, there are some people who fail to do that because of what, and then they act on that. They change it to be more accurate. And that's right, like Hasbi said, maybe because of there are several marks on their face, they have a tattoo, maybe that's not available in the passport, or their passport is long overdue, they rarely use it, so something happened. Changi Airport really plan meticulously, and after that create the change in their plan. And also evaluate what they have planned. So this is the importance of plan, do, check, and action, PDCA. Because with that, you can fail fast and succeed faster. This is also something that you have to implement in the future, which is your project, in the capstone project. So after you evaluate all of that and you already develop a solution, which is your application, in the future, when you have a prototype, try to directly test it. For example, you want to help the farmer in Sidoarjo, then ask several people to use your application, see where it has been a bottleneck for them. Do they have or like example, hard to log in, hard to register, or doesn't understand, maybe you have to change the UI UX. Or maybe there are people who rarely use that. Because of what? You can also check the fact with your critical thinking and see the problem to also implement the change in your application, and then also reevaluate again. So here is what we can also learn from this. Once you come up with a prototype, directly test it. And then, oops, please go to the previous slide. Yes, observe directly so you can identify whether there are pain points on your user, or if the solution doesn't fit, maybe you can change the feature of your application. Don't wait for the perfection. So in the MVP, you don't have to be like include a lot of feature. It's okay, 1 or 2 feature, as long as it's used by the user, and use the data. Like I said before, to back up your basically to back up yourself, so why you need the solution, and repeat this process until your solution is fixed, the root cause that you want to identify. All right, so here are the tips to understand the root cause in work life. So when you go to the professional work later and you are new, right, to the office, what you have to do is remember this. You can ask to your supervisor or your peers. So when you become an intern, or maybe a junior developer, junior cloud computing engineer, junior machine learning engineer, you can find people who has more knowledge than you. For example, your supervisor or your peers, and ask them politely about what is this. Be critical and try to understand. And try to find out what they are doing, what they are currently expect you to do. So you have to understand what they expect you to do too. And after you find out that, then create sometimes a work pit stop. So to check out, oh Kak, bener nggak sih aku ngerjainnya kayak gini? Okay, so even if you ask politely, sometimes you cannot get all of the answer that you want. Sometimes they also, ya sebenarnya aku juga nggak ngerti kita tuh lagi ngerjain apa. Kadang kalian nggak dapat jawaban sesuai dengan yang kalian ekspektasikan. It's okay, because namanya juga perusahaan or startups ya. Everything is not always perfect. Even if you don't get the answer that you are looking for, try to create a work pit stop. Ya udah, kerjain aja dulu. Nah, kalau udah kalian kerjain, baru kalian sometimes nanya, Kak, ini udah bener nggak sih? Apakah betul yang dimaksud feature-nya seperti ini? Atau harusnya beda nih, Kak, dengan yang sebelum-sebelumnya? Seperti itu. So, create a work pit stop for constant checking. And after that, cultivate the culture of critical thinking in your workplace. Jadi kalian juga tularkan ke peers kalian atau ke tim kalian. Jangan cuma kayak oke, disuruh ini oke, disuruh itu oke gitu. But you have to also try to analyze whether it is the best solution or not. Yeah. So try to cultivate this critical thinking culture in your peers, also in your team, to understand the works better. Kenapa sih harus diubah fiturnya? Kenapa harus seperti ini? Kenapa harus begitu? Apakah ini bakal mendukung KPI kalian atau tidak gitu? So it will be hard, I promise you, in the first time when you all goes to the professional world. But it will be easy when you can implement what you have learned from this session, not only today but the previous ILT session as well. Okay, so here are the takeaways to help you think critically. First, try to look at multiple scenarios to find out why things are happening. Do more research to have a better point of view. And the last one is the framework that we have learned, like 5 why and decision tree, is only a tool. So don't rely on them too much. It's only a tools that helps you. But in the future, you can use it without these tools because you already cultivate your critical thinking habit. Because critical thinking is a habit, not just one-time act. So the tools framework is only to help you. But in the future, kalau udah terbiasa, kalian akan bisa melakukan tanpa framework tersebut. Gitu. So the last one is thank you everyone. Maybe after this I will answer one question that is already here before you begin the quiz dari Theodore ya. For the 5 why analysis, is 5 generally the limit, or can we ask for more why after we ask 5 times if the problem is more complicated? Yeah, 5 why analysis is only the framework. Jadi kalian bisa lebih dari 5 juga teman-teman, bisa 7, 8, 10 gitu. Cuma idealnya tuh 5. Kalau kurang dari 5 mungkin kalian belum terlalu dalam gitu mendalami masalahnya. Jadi belum ketemu root problemnya. So that's why 5 it is the ideal. Tapi kalau ternyata terlalu complicated, maybe it can be more. Okay, so minimum 5. Gitu ya, Theodore. Semoga menjawab pertanyaannya. Now I will give the time and place to Kak Samuel to read the quiz.
Okay, thank you, Kak Eka. And now it's time for the quiz. I've sent the quiz link on the Google Meet chat. You guys can start working on it from